Good, happy Tuesday morning, October 22nd, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this morning, so let's begin. First up, man charged in Pelham church shooting accused of attacking own lawyer in jail. Dale Holloway accused of seriously injuring attorney, sources say. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cronin.
When family and friends come together on a beautiful day, what better place to be than in your own backyard?
Shown here 3 years ago, this is public defender Michael Davidow. Investigators say he suffered a serious head injury this morning after sources say he was attacked by his client, Dale Holloway, inside of the Hillsborough County House of Corrections.
Valley Street Jail, 445 Willow Street, near the lobby entrance in the medical department for an assault.
The jail says the attack happened around 9:30 this morning and that Davidow was transported by ambulance with head and facial injuries. Jail officials say there's no video inside the room where they were meeting, but say Holloway is now in a restricted area. A source tells News 9 from now on he'll be handcuffed to a table when he meets with a new public defender. The 37-year-old is charged with first-degree assault for today's incident, on top of the 5 charges he's already facing from the Pelham church shooting on October 12th. Authorities say Holloway is the gunman who opened fire during a wedding at the New England Pentecostal Ministries, shooting and wounding the bride and a bishop. Not guilty pleas were entered on his behalf last week. Holloway was supposed to be in court tomorrow on a bail hearing. That has now been canceled as he needs new counsel. However, he is scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow on today's assault charge. Reporting live in Manchester, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Bulldog tells GOP group NRSC supports his Senate candidacy. When Republican U.S. Senator candidate Don Bulldog told Hancock Republicans on Sunday that the National Republican Senatorial Committee is in full support of my candidacy, a tracker from a pro-Democrat Super PAC was recording his comments. Elizabeth Warren to visit New Hampshire on October 24th for town halls. Senator cancels Friday, October 25th, New Hampshire schedule in order to attend funeral services for the late U.S. Rep. Elijah Cummings. Booker calls for more donations as he works to stay in presidential field. Democratic candidate says he wants to build on grassroots operation. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Adam Sexton.
Strict attention to detail. That's what sets Kubota construction equipment apart. It's how we maximize performance.
I am running for president because of rooms like this.
A packed bagel shop in Peterborough. An engaged midday gathering at Keene State. These are the kinds of crowds Cory Booker has regularly drawn for almost a year now.
I have a lot of confidence that this race is still wide open. We want to stay in it. We just need help.
What do you need to see in the next 2 months to know that that's happening for you?
Fundraising. That's really one of the big things for us, making sure that we have the resources to build upon our great grassroots operation.
The campaign talent and infrastructure are in place, and the Granite State endorsements keep rolling in. The New Jersey senator held an event on the opioid crisis with Congresswoman Annie Kuster Monday morning. She hasn't backed a candidate yet, but says no one seems to be in a hurry this cycle.
I've been on New Hampshire primaries since I was 16 years old, and I think this time I'm seeing a much more deliberative process.
Booker and pretty much the rest of the Democratic field are counting on the fact that so many voters here in New Hampshire just haven't made up their minds.
I think it's wonderful. I love all of them. There isn't one of them I wouldn't vote for in November 2020.
Booker is downplaying the slight policy differences in the primary field while touting the need for a Democratic nominee who can inspire.
This election is not just about a plan, it's got to be about a larger vision for our country.
And as for the looming impeachment battle in Washington, could impeachment make it harder for you to do what you need to do here and elsewhere in the country to get elected president?
I don't care. I swore an oath. I am a United States Senator. I swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution. Whatever the political implications of that be, so be it.
In Concord, Peterborough, and Keene, Adam Sexton, WMUR, News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at your 2020 New Hampshire candidate tracker for October 22nd, 2019. We have two candidates that will be in New Hampshire today. The first candidate, Andrew Yang, attending Hollis Democrats Harvest Fundraiser at the Lawrence Barn Community Center in Hollis, New Hampshire at 6 o'clock p.m. And Joe Seastick, he is also in New Hampshire today. He will be at the Hollis Dems Harvest Fundraiser as well today at 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Lawrence Barn, Hollis in Hollis, New Hampshire, hosted by Hollis, New Hampshire Democrats. U.S. feature point to a slightly higher open. U.S. stock indexes were slightly higher Tuesday morning. For more, parents change pleas to guilty in college admission scandal. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
College admissions cheating scandal, and just today, 4 parents have now changed their pleas to guilty. It comes amid those images of actress Felicity Huffman, who pleaded guilty herself, now serving her 14-day sentence. Here's Eva Pilgrim.
Today, 4 more parents embroiled in that college admissions scandal now changing their pleas to guilty, including Manuel and Elizabeth Henriquez, who prosecutors say gloated with their daughter about getting away with cheating on her college entrance test. 19 of 35 parents have pleaded guilty, including Felicity Huffman, who was spotted over the weekend outside federal prison in her inmate jumpsuit, walking to meet her daughter and husband, William H. Macy, for a visit, more than halfway through her 2-week sentence for paying $15,000 to boost her daughter's SAT scores. Lori Loughlin and her husband are still fighting charges they paid $500,000 to pose their daughters as rowing recruits for USC. The prosecutor saying Loughlin would serve less time if she reached a deal.
If it's after trial, I think certainly we'd be asking for something substantially higher. If she resolved her case short of trial, something a little lower than that.
And federal prosecutors are saying that additional charges are possible for those who opt against the plea bargain. David?
All right, Eva, thank you.
Okay, and that does it for that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.